Hello, beautiful people. It's like the first day of spring over here. It's totally magical. And I'm sitting out here, soaking it up. Show you around a little bit. And I'm just loving it. I'm in suburbia. Nowhere super special, but it's super filling me up. And that, I believe, is meant to be the theme of this week's video. It's joy! And I don't even know where to begin. But I do know this. Universe, the trees, this whole journey is repeatedly, when I sat at my tree about from last week's video with my own meditation about where am I in my journey with lamp, joy. 100% for this has been this super theme coming up, and I'm making this video as much for myself, my own inspiration and guidance, as much as for you. We are definitely in this together. Please inspire me with your stories. Please. I will start with that humbleness. So, what's up with joy? Where is it at in this world today? We're definitely not always seeing it. And we really need it. It's what I'm understanding is joy is the base. Joy is the place from which everything else can flow and come, and it will naturally spread into the world. And it's full, it's filled. So when it does, what we offer is full and filled and beautiful. That's the point. But where does that start? How do we fill up? And how do we do anything at all in this life and feel good? How can you even face the next day and feel good? And it starts with yourself. Well, okay, that gets a little, but it starts with joy. It starts with joy. Now, joy that's the thing about it. What is it? What is joy? And it can be so many different things for all of us, and at any different time, something else can bring us joy. But the thing about it is we have to commit to it. It's not always necessary. What I have found, okay, well, the universe wants me to give you all some examples of joy. So this is joyful to me. Feeling the wind just blowing around like crazy, that life in it, and being here, just sitting by a tree, that is super joyful. Just looking at nature grow. I'm noticing these beautiful little budding leaves, just going outside and seeing that transform, seeing that new life, that brings me joy. And it makes this plant happy too. It's for both of us naturally. Other things that bring joy, just going on a walk. But let's see. Looking at a sunrise or a sunset is so joyful. It just fills you. There's a deep joy. Joy is not necessarily even always ecstatic. It's just, it can be awe, but it's this vibration of you are full. You are being filled. And I know for me, it can be really joyful to create art, to create music without expectation, without just the process of creating. Getting into that mode, it feels so good. learning something new, going out and discovering, pursuing your hobby and passion. Like I like to discover wild edible plants. There's a whole bunch of bitter cress over there what else is joyful? Oh, joy, calling a loved one and a friend. That's good for both of you, but somebody who, even if you're in a funk and you just call that person who is going to hear you and be there, it's that base. That's one aspect of it. That is joy. Cooking a delicious meal that will just fill you up. That's healthy and nourishing and maybe a little unhealthy too, whatever. But that as you cook it, you love it. And when you eat it, and maybe you share it, or maybe you don't, maybe you just savor it, but you feel filled from it. For me, going to a river. There's so many ways to experience joy. Please feel free to comment below. Like, what is your joy? And that is the. Okay, I'll pause for a second. Just let that be for a moment. Maybe things are coming to you already.
Hey Maya,
Hi.
we're leaving. How was it?
It was good.
Come in car. Well, we're leaving. You'll tell me in the car.
Okay, I'm gonna come in 1 second.
Okay.
That was my dad. He brings me joy. A lot of joy. So I think that's enough for now. I have to go. But that is our collective mission this week is tune into your heart, figure out what brings you joy. And if you haven't done it in 30 years, okay, whatever, figure out what you're like, oh, I wish I was doing that, and write it down, or as we said, any way you want to remember it. And your homework this week, your mission, is to every single day do at least one thing that brings you joy. And have at it. Bye.